Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast. Out to these to hear your voice manager. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak up about what has kept her silent for way too long about last night. So I am extremely exhausted, but man, when I tell you we had an amazing experience when it came to the Purge Plan and Pursue strategy session. Shout out to all the ladies that were in attendance. I appreciate you, ladies, and I love you. Insider, I love you. Uh, with that being said, those of you who may be catching me for the first time or catching this via the replay, I love talking to new people. Make sure that you come in, let me know where it is you're catching me from so that way I can go and shout you out. I want to make sure that you stay a part of the conversation and we stay connected to you. That part. For those of you that are asking how you can get a replay of the strategy session last night, you have to get the press play bundle, bit.ly/WVL press play. That is how you get access to the strategy session from last night, which will actually go out today. And you get access to the press play bundle, that part as well. Can I tell you something? Man, oh man. So this whole setup was crazy. Crazy. I'm telling you. I'm trying to told you. I got so much great feedback from last night to the point where they was like, "Oh my goodness, I never knew this. I never thought about that. Oh my goodness." And then it was a working session. So we actually had working times where they were actually doing the work while we were doing the session. And man, can't tell me nothing. So for those of you that may not have been able to make it last night, you can still get the replay. And I'm telling you, it's pure fire, especially if you're ready to end the year strong and start 2020 stronger. bit.ly/WVL press play. That is how you get access to the bundle and the replay from last night. So let's talk about it. When it comes to finishing strong, what we failed to realize is that we're missing some key components. And when we finish strong, we have like the momentum. Thank you for the reaction. We have the momentum for the next task. Finishing one task, finishing strong on one task gives you the momentum that you need to start the next task. And so, as they were going through and learning about some of the things in the industry, we share some great resources. They got some bonuses that you guys won't hear on the replay, but it was all about taking it to the next level. Part, that part. And so, man, when I tell you, oh, not problem. When I tell you, look, Dr. V said, listen, uh, Marlene said, no, I registered. I want to make sure I get the replay. Oh yeah, replays are going out today. But when I tell you it was pure fire, you're going to have, like, it's going to take you some time to get through everything. And I go through and I tell you when to stop and press pause and work on what we talked about. So that's one thing that I absolutely love is how I structured it. So that way you don't have to do it all in one sitting. You're going to hear me say stop, pause the replay, pause the audio, pause the video. Make sure that you get that work in because it's going to be the work that you do that's really going to put you in motion for finishing the year strong. So how many of you say that you want to finish 2020 strong? How many of you look? Cherie said, look, yes, still chewing on it. I understand, sis. I definitely understand. And good morning, Eureka. How are you this morning, sis? So, in order for you to finish 2020 strong, there's three things that you're going to need. And these three things will be able to help gain momentum so you can start 2021 on a good note. Like you gain the momentum so you can start 2021 strong. Here's the thing. You got to have it. You gotta put this in your head, put it on paper, get some action plans. You gotta get the accountability. Come on. Come on. Look, Burlington, me. I want to end the year strong. That is what it is all about. So the three things, somebody can put this down below. The three things that you're going to need to end the year strong and start 2021 strong is conversations, collaboration, and consistency. Conversation, collaborations, and consistency. And so I shared with them last night some of the things that I've been able to accomplish this year with all of the turmoil going on, with all of the things that have been rolling through 2020. 2020 has not stopped. Businesses have not all closed. People have not all stopped spending money. Come on. So we had to create a strategy. And I think one of the most valuable things that I said to them last night was that most coaching programs teach you how to plan and pursue, but they don't teach you how to purge. And unfortunately, we go into these courses and programs with the mindset of an employee. We go into these coaching programs and start reading these books with this side hustle mentality, not realizing that that can be a hindrance at times. Because if I'm thinking about my business as a side hustle, I'm always going to give it less time. I'm always going to give it less attention. Y'all better come through. Y'all better come on this morning. When I treat my business like a side hustle, I'm always giving it less time and less attention. Isn't that what happens with the side chick? Come on. Jessica said yes. Last night was powerful. Isn't that what happens with the side chick? The side chick tries their best to be the main chick, but they always get less time and less attention. And that's what a lot of people coming into the industry do when it comes to being an entrepreneur is I'm giving it less time and less attention, and I'm not being strategic and deliberate about making this a success. And so when I say that I want to make it a success, when I say that I want to finish the year strong, I really have to look at how conversations, collaboration, and consistency really play into that. Good morning, Elder Carmen. And so that part, look, Joy said it. It was an awesome session. She said the purge was real. Come on. The purge was real. Good morning, Elder Carmen. How are you this morning? Thank you for checking in. So you got to have that understanding. So the conversations, they got some key elements last night about building conversations on social media, building conversations when they go to events, even virtual events. They got key things on how they can build conversations and what they can do with those conversations. One of the things I'm really big on is repurposing content. Listen, I'm going to teach you how to flip it and reverse it. Thank you for those who are sharing out and bringing it in and telling a friend about a friend and telling another person, come on into this conversation. I'm going to teach you how to flip it and reverse it. Why? Because guess what? Sometimes another thing is we come into the industry and we're doing a lot of movements, but all it is we're on the merry-go-round. Somebody say, this is the day that I get off the merry-go-round. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Look, Eureka said it because the value is not seen in the side chick. And so oftentimes we talked about that. I'll give y'all one of the quotes that I gave them last night. Y'all better come on with it. This going to take you out. This going to make you get the bundle if nothing else do. When you value your time, the value of your time goes up. Catch that real quick. Go on to let it filter in your shanana. Let it filter in your shanana. When you value your time, the value of your time goes up. And so when we were talking about the different things and we broke down everything, they saw how I said, okay, no, you valuing your time is not just you putting a price on your time. You valuing your time is you showing up in a way that shows people, no, my time is valuable. When I show up in the room, my time is valuable. I taught them when they show up in one of these Facebook groups, they should be doing one or two things. Listen, why? Because my time is valuable. Come on. We did a for show enough purge that shifted everybody. Okay. Good morning, Lanita. Hey, sis. Good morning. I hope you are doing well. Listen, we did a show enough purge that shifted everyone. That's it right there. This is the day that I get off the merry-go-round. And so what has happened is in entrepreneurship, there has been a merry-go-round, and the merry-go-round has different things that are really hindering entrepreneurs to be able to keep the momentum in their business. One of the things when it comes to the merry-go-round is information overload. And I know that that's the pretty term that they give it, information overload, but really it's information hoarding. We hit on it last night. It's information hoarding. And there are actually coaches who are pushing this, that you should be get this and do this and take this class and take that class. And the thing about it is that we take all of these classes and we're not doing anything with it. You have all of these books and you're not doing anything with it. And so it's time we get off the merry-go-round. Come on. Come on. Look, when you value your time, the value of your time goes up. That's right. Come on. So we had to have that understanding and that conversation, that it was so much more than me just sitting there and saying, okay, I'm going to take every class because every class is going to give me something. No, no, no. It's time out for that, right? Come on. It was information hoarding. Come on. Come on. It was information hoarding. Oh, look, Elder Carmen said, wow, listen, we went in deep last night. I told them, y'all might need y'all tissues because we're going to talk about some things. And we were it was a very transparent session. Okay. We left nothing on the table. Okay. Y'all know I bring it all. Come on. Joy said it. Listen, we have been taught to hoard information. That is how they play out when they market to us. It is called FOMO, fear of missing out. And so FOMO is a way for them to sell to people, to play off of your emotions. My purpose is bigger than my emotions. I need somebody to say that down below this morning, and I need you to really feel it. My purpose is bigger than my emotions. Because if I go off of my emotions, then what will happen is I'll fall into a trap and be on the merry-go-round. We said today is the day that we get off the merry-go-round. So my purpose has to be bigger than my emotions. So when we talk about finishing strong, it's the conversations, the collaborations, and the consistency. The conversations that we're having on a day-to-day basis. I told them marketing, we went through 3 different types of plans that they should create, and a marketing plan was not it. I taught them how there are 3 different plans that you should create and that you should have on paper before you start 2021, and a marketing plan was not it. And so it was fire, right? Because it was so much different than what they had heard before. But we also, like I said, we did some work. And they put some things in practice, and they could actually see the changes. They could actually, I'm waiting to hear back on the different things that they've been able to accomplish over these next couple weeks, and how they were able to finish 2020 strong, because they've been given the tools and the strategy. Thank you for the reactions. I appreciate you. They've been given the tools and the strategy for them to win this year. No matter what has already happened, no matter what conversations people had, no matter who told you that you weren't good enough, guess what? You now have been equipped to be successful. Point blank, period. Period. You've been equipped to be successful. And so I only want to see you be successful when we finish out 2020. I want to see you be successful when you go ahead and start 2021. So having the right conversations. So the right conversations online, the right conversations offline. Are you asking the right questions? I know sometimes we really get into a habit of going and wanting to ask, be everywhere and do everything. And I told them honestly, you don't need to be on every platform. You don't need to be doing every single thing, because if you're all over the place, you can't have the key conversations that are going to put you into the right rooms. I share this story, that the day that everything changed for me when it came to networking was I was taking a flight somewhere that I was going to speak, and these two gentlemen were talking, and they were talking about watches. One gentleman, he complimented the other guy on his watch. They talked the whole plane ride, y'all, the whole plane ride, maybe about 3-4 hours. At the end of the plane ride, as we landed and everybody started getting their stuff to get off the plane, they exchanged business cards. Now, it was significant for me because as an introvert, I had to find ways. Y'all know I did a book on it. Plug in 25 power tips for introverts, startups, and the success obsessed, in order for you to find other ways for you to network and be able to create conversations. I wrote a book. The book was based off of that interaction that I saw that day. You never know what $1 million conversations you're going to have. You never know what $1 million contract is going to come from one conversation. And it was a shift for a lot of people last night, because we've been so accustomed to thinking small and figuring out how we can build it bigger, instead of us thinking big and then breaking it down. Instead of us, engineering it from looking at the big picture and then looking at the steps that can lead to that, we've been doing it the wrong way. And so what we've done is we've limited ourselves. So how many conversations did you have last week that moved your needle forward? That moved your needle forward in business, that moved your needle forward in life? How many conversations did you have last week? For those that attended last night, they were able to ask questions. We had conversations. That was a conversation to move their needle forward. They were able to implement in the session the things that we talked about that moved the needle forward. And then as you're thinking about this week, guess what? It's a brand new week. What conversations will you have on purpose? Come on. I need y'all to say this. I'm going to have conversations on purpose this week to move my needle forward. What will be the conversations you have? And it's not just a flyer. It's not just a link. It's not just sign up for my class, but what are the real genuine conversations that you will have to move your vision forward this week? That's how we finish strong. I gotta be deliberate. It's not just for show. I have to be deliberate. Then it comes to collaboration. Now the collaboration piece, y'all, come on. Y'all better come on with it. The collaboration is everything. When we think about collaboration in 2020, it has taken businesses to a whole nother level. If you are on a podcast and you're a guest on the show, that's a collaboration. You just didn't know how to use it, how to be able to use it to your greatest ability. But that's a collaboration. When you do a guest post for a blog, that's a collaboration. What we think is collaboration, we thought about it on a bigger scale, right? Because we thought about, it had to be a whole bunch of money being transferred, or we got to do this. And no, collaboration can come from just those simple things. But guess what? They lead to big things. Come on. Come on. Listen, Verlene said it. I'm going to have conversations to move my vision forward. It is about moving the vision forward because there's somebody who needs what you have to offer. They need your book. They need your class. They need your program. They need you speaking. They need whatever it is you have to offer. And so I have to have the right conversations. I have to collaborate with the people that are going to help not only me move my vision forward, but I see a way that I can help them move their vision forward. Now, see, that's not what you're going to hear from everybody. That's not the popular thing, right? How can I move somebody else's vision forward this week? That's not the popular thing, but it's the thing to think about. Reciprocity is so important. Seed time and harvest, so important. And so when I look at it and I say, there is a way that I can go and I can sow into somebody else's vision this week. I can go ahead and I can encourage somebody else. I can go and I can share something out that they did. I can do something this week that will move somebody else's vision forward because it is a seed that I am sowing. Come on. Because it is a seed that I am sowing. I get it. If we can do the simple things and just say, oh, you know, yeah, I'm gonna just do, I don't know about collaborating with people because I don't trust people. That's a trick of the enemy. Can we just be honest? Mistrust is a trick of the enemy. Mistrust is literally a prison. It's a personal prison. And I know, and this is the thing, this is coming from the heart. As entrepreneurs, we will have moments where things don't go right. We will have people that treat us wrong. We will have things happen. But mistrust is a trick of the enemy. There is some things that happen when we are hurt as an entrepreneur. I'm not talking about in the personal life. That's a whole nother other broadcast. As a business owner, again, we got to take the emotion out of it sometimes. But when we are hurt and we allow the emotion to constrict us, what tends to happen is it holds me back from saying yes to something that was supposed to be a springboard for me. It makes me fearful of saying yes that could potentially be a stepping stone for my business, something that could move me forward because I am mistrusting. I don't have that trust because of what someone else did. And so I have to forgive the people that did something to me. I have to forgive the people that talked about me. I have to forgive the people that tried to do me wrong. I have to forgive those people because if not, then something will come up and I'll be thinking and so distracted by what happened that I can't see the opportunity in front of me. Can I tell y'all something? With everything that has happened in 2020, there are still opportunities in front of you. Y'all better catch that. Y'all better catch that right quick. I'm just saying, y'all better catch that. No matter what happens in 2020, there are still opportunities. Not only opportunities opening up, there are opportunities that you can create. You can finish 2020 strong. You can write the book. I had somebody ask me, can I, you think I can get a book written, before the end of the year? I've had clients write books in a weekend. I've had people ask, you think I can start a podcast? Yes, you can. Here's the thing. It's all about what are you willing to do? You got to have conversation, collaboration, and consistency. Those are the three. And I'm not telling you anything that I have not had to do myself. As an introvert, having conversations is not on the top of the list, y'all. It's not on the top of the list. But having those key conversations put me in rooms. Matter of fact, it put my name in rooms that I hadn't even showed up in yet. Y'all better come on. Y'all better come on this morning. You better come on this morning. It put me in rooms that I had not even shown up in yet when it came to 2020. And so you've been saying there's no opportunities, there's no speaking opportunities, there's no this, there's no that. That's a lie. Sometimes we got to go back and say what's going on inside me to make sure that I'm in alignment so that way I can go ahead and finish this thing strong. I got things to do. Come on, we got things to do. We got people that need us. And then that goes to the last piece, which is consistency. Can I tell you something? Showing up every day takes work, WERK, but it's so valuable for you in the end. Come on. Showing up every day takes work, WERK, but it's so valuable for you. My consistency creates currency, it creates cash. If you're here today, going tomorrow, there's nothing we can do with that. It's the consistency that we put in that allows us to be able to complete the things we said we wanted to complete. You want to write the book this year? Get your butt on a consistent schedule and get it done. You can, even if you have a full-time job. I shared tips with them last night. Even if you have a full-time job, even if your business right now is your part-time business, that's fine. There are still things that you can complete before the end of the year. There are still things on your vision board that you can get done before the end of the year. And when I said that part, people were like, wait, what? On my vision board? But did you see what happened this year? Did you see what we went through? Let me explain something. You see that? That is a globe. You see it? One of my favorites. My dentist's office has a bigger globe. It's the same one, but it's a bigger one. I absolutely love it. And so when I saw this, I said, I want that. And of course, I went back and got it. But let's talk about vision. Y'all better catch this. Y'all better catch this real quick. You better tell a friend and tell a friend. Let's talk about vision. I had to be going to my dentist's office and to see this in a bigger scale for me to say, I really like that. I like that. I would love to have one. And when I tell you this is the exact same one, it's just a smaller scale, exact same one. But I absolutely loved the globe because what am I doing? I have the World Voice League. I am your voice manager. I help you to have your voice heard throughout the world. I help you to get exposure. I help you with visibility. Those are things that I do. But this year, my word for 2020 was elevate. And this year I was put on international platforms. And this was my vision for it. Because as you see, y'all better catch this. When we normally see a globe, the whole globe is covered. And you can only, sometimes it's a plastic one, all types of stuff, but the whole thing is covered. The reason I thought this was so significant because there's levels to this. And so you see how there are rings on the globe? Me going and connecting with people around the world, there's levels to this. And so it's different rings. And we had talked about earlier in the series, we talked about the ladder has rungs on the ladder. And I said, wow, I want to be a name that is known throughout the world. What are the rungs or the rings that I have to step across, that I have to climb in order for me to be in that position? In order for my brand to be a worldwide brand. And it was conversations, it was collaboration, and it was consistency. 2020, the hashtag Our Voice Matters blog is a global entity. It's a global platform. 2020, the hashtag Speak Easy podcast is a global. It's global, y'all. And this was my goal. I said, what were the steps that I needed to take to do that, to take that and make that a reality? I had to have key conversations with people. I had to collaborate, like with the Power of Why book, the anthology. That was a collaboration. I had to collaborate. I had to be consistent. I even started coming back and do my live streams again. So it was like, what were the rungs on the ladder? What were the things that I had to do that was going to make me and make what I was doing something that was worldwide? And I said, wow. Wow. That's finishing strong in a nutshell. And that was why last night's strategy session was so significant, because it was no fluff. There was no, whole bunch of information that was being, no, I made you focus on certain things in order to get those things accomplished. And it was the conversation that some women needed to hear for 2020. It really was. And so if you have not done so already, make sure that you get it. The bundle is the press play bundle. The strategy session comes with that. Somebody asked me if I was going to sell the strategy session separate. I thought about it, but no, I'm not going to do y'all like that. No, it comes with the press play bundle, bit.ly/WVL press play. The bundle is still available. It'll be available all month long, and well, until the end of the month, I should say. And it's time for you to press play. You got to get back. You got to get back in the ring, y'all. Come on, you got to get back on track. I know we got knocked off, off the journey, off the path a little bit, but we can really finish strong. And I know that you can have the right conversations. I know that you can collaborate. There's so many opportunities for you. I just signed on for a podcast collaboration. Two. One with Mint Wave Radio, where the Speakeasy podcast is now on Mint Wave Radio, which is another global platform based in Scotland. Again, I just connected with a platform where the podcast will be translated into different languages. Y'all not ready. I'll say it like this. What you go through or what you have been through can either be the shackle or the springboard. I'll say it again for those in the cheap seats. What you have been through can either be the shackle or the springboard. Good morning. Great morning to you. How are you this morning? I haven't seen you in a while either. Oh my goodness. Everybody coming through. What you have been through can either be the shackle or the springboard to move you forward. Come on. Come on. Yes, Carolyn said I already implemented the nugget. Let's go. Come on. I already implemented the nugget. Guys, here's the thing. And I can be in full transparency. I can be in transparency. I've dealt with the communities that weren't, that, wanted you to support them, but they didn't support you. I dealt with the communities where they went and they upselled you on a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't really need. I've been in and this is the real, this is the transparency. I've been in the communities where you were belittled and it was called coaching. Um, I've been in communities where, and this broke my heart, where women were going through depression, was trying to hold it together to work on somebody else's business and weren't even working on their own business. I've been in many different ones, and I've learned stuff along the way that made me say, I'm not going to do that. Look, Lanita said it. Yes, Lord. I'm not going to do that. And unfortunately, I even remember having a conversation with somebody, and this is the one that broke my heart, y'all. And she was working on a project with me for somebody else's business. And she had not been out her bedroom in 3 days. Can I just be honest? With the personality I have, that ripped me a new one. It ripped me apart because I care about people, which can be a hindrance sometimes. Um, but it made me go and really say, because everything flows down from leadership. Look, everything flows down from leadership. And so, as a leader, am I creating the community where I want people to flourish? I've seen way too communities where the community is based upon them just getting, the money. It's not really about you flourishing. And although there may be a few successes here and there, I've seen so many people not make the money that they were putting out and be at a deficit on the premise that um, they're supporting the community. And guess what? When it comes to purge, plan, and pursue, purging meant we got to really look at, again, we talked about value or our time. I told you, when you value your time, the value of your time goes up. That means that there's going to be people that don't value your time, and you really got to make a hard decision sometimes. You do. And it may be the hardest decision you make up until that point, but I guarantee you it will be the best decision that you make. It will be the best decision you make. So I love that I can have conversations with other women in business, like this conversation, like the strategy session last night, the World Voice League accountability community. I love being able to have those conversations because there is, it brings me joy to see them win. Like we had a conversation recently and they were talking about, everybody has a different time frame for when they have that moment of clarity. And I've had a couple ladies that have had some moments of clarity within the last few weeks, the last few months. And they're just like, it all comes together, and you hear it because their conversation changes. The words that they're saying out of their mouth changes. Their confidence level goes up. And watching that process, I don't see how you could be somebody that just wants to sell to people all the time. Yeah, Joy said it, real talk. I don't see how you can be somebody that just sells to people. I want to see you grow. Like I get it. Yes, we need to make money, but I want to see you grow from what you're investing in. And I always tell people, I never get upset if somebody has to leave my coaching program. I get upset if you tell me that what was in my coaching program wasn't good, because most times it's not that, it's that you didn't have the time to do it, or you thought it was going to be one thing. But I want to see you succeed. Like, everything that I set up is for people to succeed, for people to win. Make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to yourself that you are going to have the conversations, that you are going to create the collaborations, and you're going to be consistent so you can finish the year strong. Make that commitment to you. Don't wait for somebody else to tell you, to make a commitment with you, or wait for somebody else to tell you, no, do it for you. Because what you feel on the other side of that, January 1st, when you look back and say, I was able to accomplish this in the last few weeks of the year, will mean everything. That'll be everything for you. So I appreciate you guys. I am excited. I'm about to go so that way I can send out replays and make sure everybody got the information. And woo, man, it's something else last night. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys have a phenomenal Monday. If you have not done so already, be sure to come join the conversation. bit.ly/World Voice Community. It's a free Facebook community. We would love to have you in the room. That part. And then again, if you haven't done so already, you can get the replay from last night. bit.ly/WVL. Press play is how you get access to the replay, and the replays will be going out shortly, guys. I love you guys. You have an amazing day, and until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.